Those who came to GameWorks today found a locked door and also found a sign that said if you left your equipment here, you will be contacted. A smartphone to look people up, or a yellow book. The yellow book usually ends up in the trash. We're waiting outside the federal courthouse building for the release of Rita Crundwell. She's been accused of stealing $30 million since the 1980s. You can take a walking tour by checking out an iPod that has videos for each historic site on the tour. The event will begin at 10 a.m. outside Atwood at St. Cloud State University, and it will move to where it ends at Wells Fargo. Unlike at many airports, you won't have trouble finding a seat in this terminal until service returns. Time can only tell if the situation will improve, but with tight crackdowns from the U.S. government, Mubarak may not have a choice. Reporting for UTVS, I'm Erin Walter. Tonight on UTVS News, water, not everywhere, what one study found about Minnesota water policy. Now, Ripper here is just one of many dogs across the nation that has been given up because of a poor home situation. His family had him for 9 years before they had to give him up to move into an apartment. It differs from state to state, but typically in Minnesota you get about 40 to 60% back. Thanks, Erin. Our top story, the latest developments from Dixon. We go one-on-one with the city's mayor, who shares what it was like to work knowing his comptroller was moments away from being arrested.
Then we know what's contaminating water in Winnebago County and making it undrinkable.
And later, things are starting to look up for hundreds of state line postal workers. Details on the Postmaster General's trip to Rockford.
On the air, you're watching the next generation of news. 23 News at 5 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to 23 News at 5. I'm Erin Walter.
As a result,
23 News reporter Lauren Kravitz sat down with the mayor today. She has new developments on Rita Crundwell, who won't be comptroller much longer. City Council members will hold a special meeting Monday where they're expected to let Crundwell go. More than 30,000 hits on our web channel and hundreds of you have weighed in on Facebook. Sally says, I don't care what she spent it on, I just can't believe she is out of jail with no bail. And Colleen adds, it's terribly sad how dishonest people have become, or maybe they're just getting caught more nowadays.
The mailbox is full.
These are the greetings GameWorks customers found after the video game and repair shop packed up in the middle of the night between Monday and Tuesday, leaving customers looking for answers.
Why me? I don't know.
Ginger Richardson had brought her $600 iPad in to repair the cracked screen. GameWorks had it for a month.
We came over here and they were, as you can see, stripped down, closed. No sign on the door.
Stephanie Swick was informed of the closure as she pulled up to get her iPad fixed.
They were here yesterday and we come today and everything is gone.
Customers are trying to track down their equipment, unable to get a hold of anyone from GameWorks.
Please hang up.
The only clues are a sign at one of the locations and a note on their website saying if you left equipment there, you will be contacted within 10 days.
I feel very bad. I feel very bad for everybody that has gotten their stuff taken away.
Reporting from Rockford, Erin Walter.
We are being silenced, you are being silenced, everyone's being silenced, and we won't stand for it. We will not accept that he's gone.
It's been over 2 weeks since Dr. Safari was fired and escorted off SCSU property with no clear explanation, igniting community outrage. Tonight, student government heard from students and faculty to hear just what the community is feeling.
The community and the decision had a great impact on the community, as you can see here.
We're really concerned and disappointed that Dr. Potter will not listen to the diversity of student voices or even our own voices at this time.
Students feel as though they have lost someone to look up to, someone who had a good impact on them coming to St. Cloud State.
Was someone I can go to when I think that anyone else wouldn't listen to what I have to say.
And would impact more students' decisions to come.
That is going to affect all the
students who will be coming to this college in the future as a minority or as a colored person.
Faculty supporters have spoke with President Potter and feel the situation is not being handled correctly.
He didn't give us an answer.
Provost Maholtra was there on behalf of President Potter, telling students that Potter will meet with student government about the issue at a different time, and that they are taking the resolution set by the students seriously. We asked Dr. Hakeem why Safari hasn't come forward with his side of the story.
Should have to pursue some type of complaint or legal action. It's probably in his best interest not to be speaking to the media.
St. Cloud State says it is restricted by state privacy laws, which don't allow them to disclose information regarding personal matters of faculty, and has continuously declined to comment. Reporting from St. Cloud, Aaron Walter, UTBS News.
Why do you want to knock Occupy? Why do you want to knock something just because it's different?
Behind the nationwide Occupy movements are people with stories that led them to join.
We were foreclosed on our home about a year ago, and we were working with the bank, and they were promising us that, that just don't make the payments. We're renegotiating this thing. You don't have to make payments. We trusted them, and we ended up losing our home.
The stories and personal beliefs often get lost in the big picture of the movement.
I'm fighting for myself and my family and the legacy that we leave to the future.
The St. Cloud movement likes to keep in touch and share the stories that led them here.
If I don't speak up and and start do something, then where does it end?
Banks got bailed out, we got sold out. Banks got bailed out.
A mixture of personal beliefs brought together to fight for one thing: change.
I'm here is because I believe in the human condition. I believe in us. I believe in America. I believe in having something for my children's children. And the only way to do that is to be a catalyst of change.
Change starts with them. It starts with the individual.
People are afraid of Occupy, and they should be afraid, not because we are violent, but because we stand through disciplined, nonviolent, truth-telling, and participation against institutions of structural violence that must be brought down before human dignity, freedom, and justice can be won.
Each person has their own story to tell that will grow as the movement grows. I'm Aaron Walter for UTBS News, your news.